Guys and dolls, I come to you a wee bit stressed out, and I'm hoping by the end of this I'll be okay. Nothing that nobody else wouldn't go through. It's nothing unusual or unique to me, it's just life. Obviously, as you know, I'm trying to get the house sorted, and I had the inspectors out, the house inspectors out, having a look again. This is like the second time they've done this, in 2 years, and so I'm hoping this time they will follow through. And he did promise me that the first thing they were going to do is put my kitchen in, which was, it's what I need. I need a kitchen, And he says, as soon as we get your kitchen in, because I showed them the whole, embarrassing, difficult to do, but had to do it, And so they came into the house and showed them around the house and told him everything that needs done. He was like, you could see in his face, he was devastated, like. He says, like, there's a lot of repairs. And he goes, I know that. Hey, mate, you've been here before, mate. You know what I mean? He's came and took photographs and everything. But anyway, he's told me to get help from the council for help me like decorate and all, because the house hasn't been decorated in 20 years. I think the last time it was decorated was when my wife's mother and father were alive. Obviously, so I'll just quickly run through it for the guys that don't really know what the crack is, what's happened. So basically, I stay in West Lothian in Scotland. That's who's in charge of the council, West Lothian Council. And so, for some reason, they want this house, And so it started off whenever my mother-in-law got MS and she lost the capability to walk. And my father-in-law asked the council to put a ramp in, and they said they couldn't do it. The incline was too big. So my father-in-law had done it himself, and after finishing it, he died of a heart attack. Now, whether it was to do with that or not, I'll show you the ramp. The next time, I promise you, I'll show you the ramp that he built. It's not that, it's just a ramp, but you suppose you'd need to imagine what it was like before then. But if a 60-year-old man could do it on his own, it's a bit disgusting that the council said they couldn't do it, because they wanted the house, obviously, because the kids had left and it was just him and the mother-in-law. So anyway, my father-in-law died, and then that was just left my mother-in-law in the house. So obviously she needs 24-hour care, and we lived across the road, so we did, and so we were able to run back and forth. But she was getting, she was having problems swallowing. It was like final stages of MS, and she needed to have everything through her peg in her belly. So I had to go to St. John's. Tell you what happened. They said to us, you need to move in and do the medication, give your mother-in-law medication and put her feed and her water into her belly every day. Now, I'm only just out of jail a year after doing that sentence. Just married in prison and starting my life with a new life away from Belfast. A new beginning. The next thing I'm in St. John's having to learn how to put a peg into a woman and like fix the feeding tubes and everything on. And they said if we didn't do it, she would go into a home. We did it because it was an awful lot to take on. It was a 24-hour thing every single day of the year. And again, we didn't know about respite because they didn't tell us. It's like everything, they don't tell you anything unless you're from a different country. Well, I'll touch on that in a wee minute. So they said to us if we didn't move in and take over, like, to do this feeding through the belly and do her medications, that she would have to go in the car. My mother-in-law said to us, if you put me in the car, I'll die. She was a Glasgow woman, and she still had her voice, nothing else was working, but she had her head and her voice, and so we said, right. And you got to understand, this is like a family, this is my family, so I would have died for this woman. I loved her so much. She was like another mum, she was like my mother-in-law. She was like my mum, the real mum, that's the way I looked at her. I fucking broke my heart, But anyway, so we moved in, we done it. It was 5 years, we done it every single day. Till the last couple of years, we got a bit of respite, and then that didn't even work out because she didn't like the respite. So she would cancel it halfway through, and we'd have to cancel any plans we had and stuff, and it was really, really stressful. But we done it because it's family, and we'd no other choice. So I'm hoping the wind doesn't catch us, guys. So anyway, my mother-in-law died, and that just left me and my wife. And I was working away and everything was going okay, And I lost my wife to COVID. So, as you know, I lost my way a wee bit, you know. I got addicted, not addicted, I was taking cocaine. And I was trying to communicate with my wife through my dogs. I'd lost total complete senses of everything. I've dived out my window, taken the hospital, died, got brought back, taken the hospital and everything, thingied. Horrible experience, you know, absolutely horrible experience. But I never paid my rent and nobody came near me for 3 years. And then they hit me with a £16,000 bill and took me to court to take the house off me. You know, so this was like it's the third time they're trying to take the house off the family. And just at that time as well, I was going through the historical abuse from children's homes after my mum died. And I was dealing with all that, as well as dealing with my wife's death, and as well as dealing with a serious cocaine habit. Very bad, really bad. You gotta understand, I'd never taken cocaine, I was never into it, I never took it. You know, I learned how to do what I was doing on the internet. Quite scary stuff, to be honest with you, you know. I'm not really prepared to talk about it, to be honest, because it's still difficult to actually say, you know, but it wasn't nice, you know. Overnight I became a very, there's no other word for it, I don't like using the word junkie, but, you know, that's what I felt like, you know. Like I say, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to make sure I get every drop of that stuff into my system. And that's, you know, I can't say any more, but I wasn't snorting it and I wasn't smoking it. You know, so honestly, like, it's not me, you know. But anyway, they left me and, like I say, it was really bad, diving out windows and neighbours and friends fucking didn't know what to do with me. But I didn't get any help from anybody. They just wanted me to get in the debt, so they had enough grounds to take the house off me. So, fast forward today, I'm starting to get on top of my mental health. I'm starting to get a bit better. I've got a wee baby coming. I'm getting proper help. I'm clean. Been clean for well over a year now. Certain health issues that I'm dealing with the doctors, as you know. But I'm getting there. Everything's working properly. So I had the inspectors out today because I've no cooker. I've got no fridge freezer. You know, I work off a camping stove and a microwave, a kettle and a toaster. And everything's up the stairs. That's my kitchen, is one half of my room, as you know. So the inspectors have came out and said, you know, they were like, damn, this is bad. And I'm like, I know. And they were like, well, you can get a cooker and that off the social care fund or something like that. So I've trying to do that, but at the same time, I phoned up West Lothian Advice Shop to find out if I could get any help just with wallpaper, even if they just give me wallpaper and a bit of paint. I'm not looking money, I just need help just to get the house sorted before, even around the time. So my baby's going to my mother-in-law's, you know, and you know, the only people should be looking after the baby is the father and the mother, as far as I'm concerned. The grannies are there to pop, you know, do their bit whenever they need, but they're not there the mother or father a baby. That's the job of the mother and the father. That's what I think, you know. And I'm capable of looking after my baby. Everybody's always said to me all through my life, you're to make a great dad, because I'm that type of person. And I'm only telling you what other people have said to me, you know. I'm not making anything up here. I've always been told that through my life. Now, so I phoned up the council, and I have to tell you, I've had so much bad experience. I've had two professionals, these workers that come around, council workers, they come around and check people's gardens and that. They came to my door, and my mental health was really bad, and I think I slammed the door on them because I was raging that I'm sitting with no cooker, and they kept on, no kitchen, they kept on saying they were going to sort it, and they never sorted it, and they just left me, you know. And as they were walking away, they called me an arsehole. And the window cleaner was up the ladders in the next house, had heard it. So he straight away came and knocked on my door, but I never heard him. So he's phoned me. He's got my phone number off one of his mates and phoned me, and he says, listen, them fucking council workers called you an arsehole. You know, and I was like, so I went to get evidence because there's CCTV camera. So I've got quite a lot of stuff gathered. So, but what I also do is I record phone calls. Because I've had so many really, really horrible people on the phone with the council, West Lothian Council. I've got no respect at all, you know. And even trying to fill the forms in, I don't know how to fill the forms in. It's so difficult. I mean, like, you need to have a magnifying glass just to see. And I'm not kidding. I'll take a screenshot. I think you can blow it up and all that. But it's just hard, you know what I mean? And then I came off the page to get my phone number, and everything I'd done had gone. You know, and I was just so stressed out. So I phoned them up, the council up, and I said, listen, can you help me? Nah, can't help you. We don't help you with stuff like that. And I'm like, so what am I meant to do? You know what I mean? I don't have any money. I don't get PIP or nothing like that. I just get the basic of my basic universal credit. And they were like, well, there's nothing we can do. We don't help you with that kind of thing. And I'm like, well, fair enough. That's all I need to know. I mean, I said, obviously I'm recording the call. Oh, you can't record the call. I'm thinking to myself, but you record every call we make. You know, she goes, you can't record. I'm like, well, I'm telling you I am. She goes, well, I'm reporting you. You know, so no doubt I've got something coming my way. It's probably an hour way of trying to get me out. But to be honest with you, they took me to court, and I was actually fighting it in court. I had to go to a law society, and that was a nightmare trying to get a lawyer on legal aid. Because honestly, unless you've got money in this world or you're from another country, you're in serious trouble. Serious trouble, guys, honestly. I feel so sorry for our most vulnerable, like, because I'm not the most vulnerable, but I am not, right? I know that, and I struggle. You know, I mean, I end up launching my phone and everything. I'm surprised it's still working. You know, and it's horrible. It really is horrible. And I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's like they can treat me and speak to me whatever way they want, and I've got no rights. Absolutely no rights, you know. And I don't know where to start to even get help, because I don't have a lawyer anymore. I have to go through that whole process. And you need to have money, you know what I mean? And I know in my heart that what they've done to me is really bad over the last, like, what they've done to the whole family is really bad, you know? But when what I'm going to say as well, like, and when you're trying to fill these forms up, you've got all these choices of, like, who you are, what you're all about. So, and then it goes on the filling forms. But see, there's actually got a bit if you're from Ukraine. So that means you're going to get fast-tracked. You know, that you don't have to bother with all, you know, if you're from Ukraine, it's because that's where it's there, you know. And I just don't think that's right. I think that should be there for anybody with mental health problems. Because I'm thinking some old people have no clue what they're entitled to. And when they come to fill these forms in, they've got no clue of how to fill them out. So I'm just wondering if any of you have any idea how I go forward with this, with my mindset the way it is. Because I'm really struggling, like, and I'm scared that, like, they're going to push me till a crack, you know. The two guys that came out that did the inspection, they've been out before, they were alright. It's embarrassing, but, you know, they understand, you know what I mean, that my life, they know a wee bit about me and what's happened to me in the past and what I've been through, you know what I mean. But they're just guys that come out to take note of what you need to do. The actual people that deal with me are horrible. These are the ones that call me arseholes, called me an arsehole. I mean, these are professionals. Now, I understand I'm a hard guy to work with, but once you get to know me, I'm actually really nice, you know, because I don't know what's going on, and I feel as if I'm being picked on. I know it sounds nuts, a grown man being picked on, but this is the council, you know. There's no compassion, there's no understanding, there's no caring, you know. They can record all our calls, but we're not allowed to record their calls. It doesn't make any sense to me. Surely things should be a lot fairer. You know, I'm a British citizen. I've lived in this country all my life, in Britain, between Northern Ireland and Scotland. And I just think it's all wrong. And like I say, I'm going to keep saying it. You know, I feel so sorry for other people with worse mental health conditions as me, because they'll be going with nothing. They will go without, because they can't fill the forms out. And they don't tell you, like, even trying to work out how to find the form online is an absolute nightmare. I promise you, it's enough. They send you to a place where you can't even fill the form in. They just tell you about it, you know. And then you've got to, like, really, really, like, I had to phone people that ask for help, to try and say to them, what do I do? And then they told me, you've got to keep looking until you see it in blue and click on the blue. But, you know, it's really, really difficult. Really. And these social care funds and community care grants, they're for people with serious problems. You know, they're there to help people with serious problems. But I feel the only people that are getting advantage of this is people that are coming into this country, people like illegal immigrants and legal immigrants, because obviously they're going to get every bit of help they can. And I think maybe because they're getting so much help, there's no help for anybody else, because the council just don't have the resources. And I think they're prioritising people from Ukraine. And like, this is the whole point of this, right? We've started this thing in Ukraine, you know, and like we stopped them getting peace, and we're pumping all this money in and all these weapons in to keep on letting for them to keep on killing each other, and it's horrible. And then, you know, the byproduct of that is then they're bringing everybody that was in Ukraine over to our country, and we're already struggling. We are really, really struggling. I mean, I'm not the only person. I know plenty of people like this. I know there's people in where I stay, and they've had their windows boarded up, some have had their windows smashed or something, and the houses have been boarded up for fucking years. Council just don't even bother coming out and putting a new window in. I've never been in that situation, like, but it's like, it's just, I just don't know what to do. It's just not right. This is not the country I thought it was, what we grew up in, and you know, this country was meant to help people like me, you know, and, you know, I always thought, like, there would be a system in place for people that don't understand how to work things. And I'm sure there is. I'm sure they'll probably say to me, oh, but if you had went here, there, and here, you would have got the help, you know, but I don't know. Nobody's telling me. There's no advice about it. You know, I phoned up the advice shop. They told me to phone up the council. The council said no. You know, and then when I said I'm recording you, she goes, oh, I didn't say. Like, she goes, because she said to me, I said, so all I need is you to confirm that you can't help me. And she goes, oh, I'm not saying I can't help you. I'm goes, you just did. I'm a partner sitting there. And I'm like, she goes, yeah. She just turned around and says, no, they don't fund for all that. They don't give you any help for decorating and all that. You know, and like, it doesn't make any sense. They sound as if they're always up to no good. It sounds as if they're really up to no good, the way they're behaving, you know. Normally in people in life, when I find normal people that I deal with in life behave like that, I think myself, you know, watch out for these ones, you know. But this is the council, guys. These guys are getting paid lots of money, so they are. They're on the big bucks, so they are, you know what I mean. They're no living in our council areas, they're living in leafy suburbs, you know. These people that are coming around calling me an arsehole, they're on big bucks, you know, and they're dealing with the most vulnerable people in society, and that's how they're behaving. You know, it doesn't make any sense, guys. I'm going to call this video The Troubles of West Lothian Council, just so if anybody that sees it from this area can give me any advice. I'm going to do a couple of videos about it, and see if I can see if anybody else is going through what I'm going through. I think we need to set up something between us, like people, to help other people, you know, and I would be quite happy getting involved in that and taking time out of my day, because it breaks my heart to think that there's other people like us out there and they've got nowhere to turn, and they've thrown their phone against the wall and they're sitting crying their eyes out because they need help and there's nowhere to turn, you know. Like the story I told you the day of young Captain America, Captain Britain, you know, it's this is constant, guys. Yes, this is happening all over the place. Oh, my heart's breaking, to be honest with you. You know, I should have sort of tried to do it all a bit quicker. But normally when people like me dealing with stuff, we always leave it to the last minute, you know. And you know, I have tried adult disability. I've been knocked back for it twice, you know, because I don't take medication. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, I don't know what to say to that. You know what I mean? Obviously, I will appeal it again. We've got a good wee bit of evidence gathered now as well. Other people who's got it for less, and they don't understand why I'm not getting it. And there's a couple of really extreme cases that we found out about that they've given it to, that they obviously they shouldn't have given it to, but they're turning me down because I'm a Belfast lad. Apparently Belfast bombs don't count as much as Syrian bombs or anything like that. Child abuse doesn't account if you're a Christian person in this country for some reason, as far as some of them are concerned, you know. That's what I'm. That's my opinion. You know, that's how I feel. I feel like everything's set up for everybody else by the people that actually that deserve it, you know. And I'm trying to keep calm about it because, you know, I've got my wee Lucky coming, and you know, she's going to go to my mother-in-law's, you know, and at least she's got somewhere safe, you know what I mean. But it shouldn't be like that, you know. It's not fair on anybody. I know Lucky's granny will love it, you know what I mean, and will love the chance to be a mum again, sort of thing, you know. And obviously my partner's going to be there with them, you know. But I'm not, you know, because not everybody gets on in life, you know what I mean. That's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do. We're all different. We're all different animals, aren't we? You want to go this way? Come on then. No, she wants to go in this way. She's having a great weekend, so she is. I'll just let you see her as she goes. Yeah, this is where my wife's ashes are buried, scattered. Yeah, some of you will know this, some of you won't. Yeah, this was a nice wee place we used to come to with Tulip. Well, with my dogs. Tulip wasn't here then. I've only got one of them dogs left. Boy's only one left, my wee black one. I've lost a dog every year since my wife died. It's been non-stop, like non-stop heartbreak. And I'm still going through it now with the council, you know. You know what I mean? Like, over nearly 2 years ago, they came out and took photographs of everything and promised me they would do this, that, and everything else, and they just left me, you know. I've lost a lot of weight, no eating properly, you know. Electric bills through the roof because I've been using electric burners, heaters. I don't know where I stand by that, you know. That's something else I'm going to have to deal with shortly. And like, it's all my own doing. I totally get that, but you know, personally, the way I'm looking at it right now, I'm seeing past me. I'm saying to myself, I'm big enough and strong enough to deal with this and cope with this, and you know, whatever I need to do, I'll do. If I need to just move and go back to Belfast or something, you know what I mean, then that's what I'll do that, because I know I'll get the help I need over there, you know. I know my council workers over there, and I know they're all good people. Yeah, over here, I don't know if it's because I'm from Belfast and they just don't like people from Belfast over here, and they don't think I deserve as much help as maybe a Scottish person or a Ukrainian. I really don't know. This is my open thinking mind, you know. I'm not saying that this is fact. This is my opinion and how I feel and how they've left me feeling, you know. Had a wee bit of a breakdown earlier on there, like, so I did the honest with you know. Talk about not smoking and everything as well, is no helping, you know, but it shouldn't be like that, guys. It shouldn't be like that. I'm going to keep saying it. It's the people that are in worse states than me, that pure mental dilemmas, trying to do what I'm doing. I can just picture the frustration. And I've got stories from people that break down crying. I've done videos about it, the benefit system, the benefit frauds. I've done it. Look at my benefit fraud video I did. That was me helping somebody else that was having a mental breakdown, trying to deal with it, and you know. And that was a different scenario. This is different, and you know. And I think it's harder when it's yourself, because I don't know. I think when you're doing it for somebody else, I think maybe you got to be calm for that person, because you're meant to be helping them, you know. I don't know what to do, guys. I really don't. It's like they got me over a bar and there's nothing I can do. They're so powerful, you know. And it reminds me of Germany, if I'm honest. Like, you know, that's what it does. That's the kind of way. That's how they're getting on. Like, you know, the attitude of them, the way they behave, you know. We'll record you, but there you record them, you know. Going back to check my mate's CCTV, my neighbour's next CCTV again, make sure it hasn't recorded over them calling me an arsehole, like. And I don't know where I stand with that, if I can take legal action. I don't know if I can take legal action at all with all this, you know what I mean. And I have tried speaking all different places. You know, Greek Valley or something, they were meant to be doing stuff and never heard back from them, like. But yeah, and then I'm waiting to get the camera put up, you know, and I'm getting the scan from the neck down to find out what's going on inside, and that's worrying me as well, you know. Like I said, got a lot of stresses on right now, and yeah, so I'm going to have a wee look about speaking to some other people, and trying to get a wee group together, like an action group that can go out to people and help them if they're struggling, and try and find a way of getting that out to people so they know it's there, you know. That's the plan. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. It's the only way I can think of, like, helping myself deal with this. I don't know any other way, but so I don't lose it completely. My only other way of fighting is helping other people, if you know what I mean, so they don't go through what I go through, what I've been through with this council. I've never experienced anything. I've been treated better in prison, and that's the God's honest truth. I've never been treated so bad by professionals in a country or a council than the West Lothian Council, you know. And I'm hoping when I put this video out, anybody from that area that's been treated the same should give me a call. I'm going to be doing a TikTok, and I'm going to be doing a next video as well. I'm going to be putting it out there and see if anybody else has gone through what I've gone through, and if they've suffered any abuses from West Lothian Council as well. And maybe get a portfolio, maybe see if we can get some action taken, at least to get these people removed and get somebody in there that's can deal with people with mental health problems, because it's not easy. This is the thing, it's really difficult dealing with people with mental health issues, because they can try your patience. They really can, you know. I can try people's patience, I understand that, you know. I know people don't like it, you know what I mean. They came to my door moaning about my garden, you know what I mean, after trying to take me to court and take the house off me. And then and this is the best, they told me to put stuff in my garden, right? This is last year, right? Anything I wanted taken away, they told me to take it out of my garden, put it in my garden, and I did. And they left it right to the end of the year, right into the next year, and then came and complained about it still being there. And I'm like, you came out and took photographs of it. You told me to put it there. You took photographs of what was there. Check your photographs, it's the same stuff. Honestly, this is what I've been through. But I'm not going to go on and on, because I feel like I'm just doing your nuts in. But listen, guys, thanks for your time. Anybody who's got any advice from me, if you know of any legal help or any way I can get some sort of legal help, please send me a comment, and I'll stick my email address down for anybody to get in touch in the description. I'm going to stick my email address down in the description for anybody that wants to get in touch with me via email. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for your time. I'm sorry I'm a wee bit down, but you don't know where I was half an hour ago. And I do feel a bit better now I've spoken to you guys. You know what I mean? These are like my best friends. I swear to God. Getting to know some of you, like, just through the comments and all. And I'm not saying that. I genuinely do mean that, you know. I think I'm a signet male, they call that, where I'm quite happy on my own. I really am. I love my own company. I love being with my dogs. Like, even when I go out, like when I used to go out, I would fucking just want to go home. You know, being around people and all that, I just felt uncomfortable. You know, with my mental health, not being able to deal with people. I've been through it before, you know, with these. I don't want to keep talking about the same stuff, because that's not fair on people who've been following me from the beginning, you know. But anybody that wants to look, mental chaos is one you can look at, and benefits fraud is another one you can look at to get an idea of what's going on, where I am, and what's going on with me. I'm not looking at anything off you guys, I'm just looking for advice, that's all. So I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much again, guys, for watching my videos and stuff, and I really appreciate it. I want you all to take care, and God bless every one of you. Goodbye.